you've ever said, I'm not doing this again, and then found yourself doing it again, this video, my friends, is for you. Because what keeps pulling you back, it's not weakness. It's not laziness. It's not a lack of discipline. It's your system doing exactly what it's trained to do. And my friends, once you understand that, everything changes. Most people believe change works like this. We decide, then we commit, and then we're just going to push harder. And we're going to go after that. But honestly, that's not how the human system actually operates. Under stress, your brain doesn't look for what's best. It looks for what's familiar. So when the pressure rises, your energy drops or your emotions spike. And then your system, it just defaults. Not because it wants you to sabotage you. It wants to keep you safe. And the old patterns, these successful patterns that you've been living in your life, even when they don't serve you, feel safe, keep you safe. So when your body reverts back to that safety, it allows you to kind of be ready for that situation. Your brain, my friends, is a very predictable machine. It runs on past data. What worked before? What avoided pain? What required that least amount of effort? Those answers become your defaults. And that's why you react. You react before you think. You quit right when things matter. Or you revert to that safety when you're under pressure. Now, my friends, it's not sabotage. You're not sabotaging yourself by not moving forward into that next phase. You've created this atomic system, this automation that doesn't allow you to move forward because you've trained yourself. But my friends, automation, being that automatic person, it can be retrained. Here's where change attempt fails. Okay, we try to overwrite that default with motivation. Right? I'm going to be motivated to go to the gym. I'm going to be pumped tomorrow morning when I get up at 5 a.m. and go to the gym. I'm going to be motivated to write that book. I'm going to be motivated to go after that goal that I want to go. I'm going to feel this. Yeah, here we go. And then motivation fades because, my friends, motivation's unreliable. It disappears when you feel stressed. But when you have these default modes, these systems that you put into place, that won't change. So if you don't change that system, that old system, you're just going to keep repeating that pattern. You're going to keep going back to what your mind knows is right. No matter how badly you want to change your results and make them better and move forward. Because change, my friends, does not start with intensity. It starts with stability. And when you have that stability in your life, you begin to change your life. So I want to give you just a little reprogramming process that you can use, and it's going to help you to kind of move into the next phase and begin to reset your system. So step one is to catch the default. You can't change what you don't notice. You can't change what you don't notice. So when you feel yourself reacting, when you feel yourself withdrawing, when you feel yourself going down that spiral that you really don't want to go down anymore, and you're reaching for that old habit, label it. Say to yourself, this is my default. This is who I was in the past. There's no judgment. There's no connection, because awareness creates that pause. And when you create that pause, it gives you time and space to go, okay, this is not who I want to be anymore. I want to be this new person. And then step two is you want to regulate before you redirect. You want to regulate before you redirect. You can't reprogram while you're dysregulated. So before trying to do better, slow your breath, ground your body, reduce your emotional charge, get out of that stress zone, because you can be in a calm system. And when you're in a calm system, that's teachable, right? You can teach someone new patterns, new systems when they're kind of relaxed. So that's why first you always want to do something that's going to calm you down. And then the third step is just to install small, safe alternative. Okay, so you've calmed down, you paused, you've been like, this is who I was, not who I am. Now I'm going to pause. Okay, I'm going to relax in this situation. Now I'm going to try this new small habit, right? Don't aim for this big life-changing habit, right? Aim for something small, something repeatable, something your system won't resist, right? You're going to, instead of reacting, you're going to just do a slight pause. You're going to go for a nice walk instead of going and withdrawing yourself. You're going to write one sentence about what you're feeling and what you're doing instead of just avoiding this altogether. Because these small little changes, these small little default changes, they're changing through repetition. And when you go, okay, every situation you come into, you're like, okay, I'm going to pause because I'm not who I was before. Calm myself. And now I'm going to install this small thing. I'm going to, go for a walk. And these small little changes are going to help you, right? It's not by force. And this actually works because what you're doing is every time you interrupt a default and you respond differently, your brain updates its prediction, right? You begin to create those new neurons in your mind, and then it creates that outcome that you want to go for. It starts saying, okay, maybe this is safe. Maybe this does work. Maybe we don't need those old patterns anymore. And then you begin to create the new programming. And that's how, my friend, reprogramming happens. That's how it begins to create in your life. Quietly, gradually, and permanently. Now, if this video helped you, see yourself more clearly, good. Because that means you're not stuck. It just means you have an untrained area. And if you want to go deeper into reconnecting with who you are and rebuilding that self-trust, watch this week's live training, right? It's inside the Transformation Academy community on the Facebook page. It's in the links below. And if you're listening to this around release week, right? If you're listening to this around or on the 23rd, my friends, next week, next Friday, we're going live on Facebook. We're going to go live about feeling lost and how to reconnect with who you are. Because you don't need to fight your system. You need to retrain it. And retraining, my friend, starts right here. Also, if you haven't yet, like, subscribe, hit that bell, because every Friday you'll be notified of a brand new video.